That is the biggest news which has taken the entire world by storm. The IDF said the operation to eliminate Nasrallah, the chief of the General Staff, commands the operation to eliminate the leader of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, in the Israeli Air Force Command Center with the members of the General Staff Forum. So the visuals that we are showing you is from that command center where the chief of the General Staff commands the operation to eliminate the leader of Hezbollah. If you recall the way Osama bin Laden was eliminated, and the US president keeping an eye on that, and then this is that big action that has been taken by Israel now to eliminate Nasrallah, the chief of Hezbollah, the way the command center kept an eye, the way the targeted intelligence was then utilized by the Israeli Air Force to carry out targeted airstrikes at a particular building. It was said that, in underground, the Hezbollah headquarters were below this building. Siddhant is getting us these details. And now just walk us through as we see these visuals. Israel clearly had a plan, and a plan which had been in the work for years, if not decades.
Well, absolutely, Arunima. This is Israel's Osama bin Laden moment. It is the same way they are celebrating this moment. And in fact, they have come up with the videos and the photographs from the control room of the Israeli Air Force Command Center, because this elimination has been done by the Israeli Air Force. So they are really cherishing and enjoying this moment, the Israeli forces, because it is one of the biggest achievements by them in last maybe more than a decade. Because remember, Arunima, Ismail Haniya's assassination, the responsibility of that has never been taken by Israel officially. So, this is the first time that they have killed a top commander, and that has been done by the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces. And this is the reason that the videos and the footages have come out. In fact, the Chief of General Staff has commanded the operation to eliminate the leader of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, in the Israeli Air Force Command Center with the members of the General Staff Forum. And this happened when Bibi Netanyahu was not in Israel. He was in New York for United Nations General Assembly. And the time Israeli forces were sure about Nasrallah getting eliminated, he was informed about it, and he rushed back to Israel. Also, many experts say that since Israel had announced invasion in Lebanon, both air and ground invasion, the next step is going to be the ground invasion in Lebanon. So, the Nasrallah was assured that since Netanyahu is out of country, there's not going to be a very aggressive invasion, or Israel will not do anything unless Netanyahu returns. So that is kind of a cover which Israeli forces used as Netanyahu went to America. So the Hezbollah commanders, Nasrallah and others, were kind of in this understanding that Israel will not do anything unless Netanyahu returns back to the country. And taking advantage of this particular understanding, Israeli forces conducted airstrikes, and Hezbollah headquarters were targeted. Nasrallah was very much present inside the headquarters, and this was done by Israeli Air Force. And the chief of the General Staff commands the operation, has commanded the operation to eliminate the Hassan Nasrallah.
So that how's the local media, both in Tel Aviv and in Beirut, how are they covering what has just happened? Like you said, this is the Osama bin Laden moment for both Lebanon and Israel. But on the ground, what is it looking like? Are they bracing for a ground invasion on the Lebanese side already? Any pictures that the local media is showing about the chaos, about what people there are generally feeling?
Yes, absolutely. They are the situation on ground. It's complete devastation, Arunima. There have been multiple bombardings by Israeli Air Force. Talking about the Lebanese side, their health ministry has, in fact, has also released the death toll. If you remember, 2 days back there were airstrikes which took place. More than 500 people have lost their lives. So it's a state of emergency in Lebanon. And moreover, Arunima, initially it started in southern Lebanon, but now it has reached Beirut. So, Israeli forces, Air Force has covered almost whole of Lebanon. So there's an atmosphere of fear. Their backbone, Hezbollah, the commanders have been eliminated. There's nobody to fight on their behalf. Their cadre has completely been desecrated by the Israeli forces. So, right now it's a state of national emergency. In fact, the hospitals are loaded with people, the injured people. And before that, if you remember, there were pager attacks. Okay. From last 1 week, there's an atmosphere of fear in Lebanon. And also the people there are questioning their government, Hezbollah, because, they have shown faith on the government and Hezbollah for all this while. And they look up to them to fight with Israel. But this kind of setback, the entire IT setup of Hezbollah got compromised and the pager blast took place. Then, the senior leadership's locations got compromised and Israeli forces got to know about them and they bombarded those locations at the senior leader. So it also raises question on the preparations that Hezbollah had to fight with the Israeli side. So there's a lot of anger also at the same time that the people of Lebanon trusted Hezbollah and the government to fight with Israeli forces, and they are unable. Now it's kind of a victory for Israel over these forces because they are finished now, and it would really be difficult to even imagine a day when Hezbollah could again regroup against Israel. In today's context, if I talk about.
But in Tel Aviv, is there a sense of jubilation? Is the general sentiment that of support of Benjamin Netanyahu?
Well, look, Arunima, as far as Tel Aviv is concerned, that yes, Netanyahu is being seen as a leader, but many people are angry with him also. There's no doubt about it. Because, the initial commitment and promise was to bring back the hostage. They are still, they still talk about that doctrine. But, when it comes to practically implementing it, they couldn't get back the hostages. They are finishing Hamas. They have done ground invasion in Gaza. They have bombarded Gaza. Now they are bombarding Lebanon. They have finished Hezbollah. But the families of the hostages are still waiting. They are waiting for their near and dear ones to return. It's been more than a year. In next 1 week, Israel would be commemorating the anniversary of the 7/11 attacks. But Netanyahu couldn't bring back the hostages, and that has perhaps become a political issue against him. His opposition, people in his opposition, the human rights activists and the other groups are criticizing him for waging war in Middle East, but unable to achieve the ultimate goal, which is to bring back the hostages. So somewhere there is a negative sentiment brewing against Netanyahu. But yes, one cannot also deny this, that, the two of the main enemies of Israel, the proxies of Iran, have completely been finished and eliminated. Their commanders have been eliminated by Israel. So that victory also goes in the kitty of Netanyahu.
Make informed decisions with comprehensive analysis on the go.
Strengthen your portfolio with real-time market updates on the go. Create effective strategies with insightful expert opinions on the go.
Grow on the go with CNBC TV 18, now streaming live 24/7 on YouTube.
Hey, thank you for watching this on CNBC TV 18. Hope you liked it. For more such interesting news and updates, follow CNBC TV 18 on all the social media platforms.